Hello, everyone, and welcome to Press Start, the podcast that's anything and everything video games. I am your host, Azure, and today I'm joined by the wonderful Myxxie. He's done all the art for this channel. Every single thing you've seen,
Up,
it's all done by him. Uh, I don't know how you want to introduce yourself, but why don't you introduce yourself to people?
hello. The name is Mixie. I'm Azure's, I could say, personal art. I made this man. I
Yes,
made this handsome boyo.
he is the only one I use. I don't use anybody else.
The term, the only one I use, is very very, very sus.
I don't use any other artists.
Wait until you meet better one. Alright,
Nah, I'll use you till
I'm here.
until I'm done. Like I said, the only time I want to use you as an artist if it's something you can't do, and then I'll
If
venture
it's
out and find
something I
somebody.
can't, joke's on you. I'm gonna force myself to do shit.
I'm gonna force myself to do it. Okay, so since I have no good way to segue this or anything, I didn't prep you on anything of how this podcast is gonna go with guests. All I said was, come up with a topic or two so we can talk about. But I'm gonna start with a small little interview, just
Okay,
so people can get to know you mostly as a gamer and all that.
mostly as a gamer. Wow.
Well, all of them are gaming related questions. That's why I said mostly as a gamer, since this is a video game podcast.
All right. Hit me with it.
So, first question, uh, the most basic: when did you start gaming? Around what age?
Um, I can't really give a straight answer because oh, I don't know when I start being fan of video games, but I remember my first one be like if you're familiar with the game Contra.
Yes, I do remember Contra.
Yeah, I remember playing it on a big ass box TV back then.
Yes. I
Yeah,
guess.
and now I'm always stuck on what level 4.
Come on, you've never beaten Contra, and you're how old?
I said I was stuck on level 4 when I was a kid.
Oh, okay,
I beat I beaten the game.
okay.
Me? Never beating a game? Ah,
I guess you answered the second question I was gonna ask. Why is why is Wug a band term? Okay. I was gonna. The next question was, what first, in quotations, first game you played? And you answered that. That's Contra. And I guess for the rest of this, so people could have like some sort of context. Honest question, because I honestly don't know. How old are you, Mixie?
currently I'm 23,
Oh, you
turning
baby,
24 next year.
you
Oh,
baby.
okay. Okay, old man.
Yeah. uh, favorite game or series, or if it's
Fav-
just like a standalone game is your favorite, or if it's like a whole series, you can pick which one.
Uh, so, okay. Currently, I'm currently really into Five Nights at Freddy's currently. But if I'm gonna say which game would be my favorite of all time, the one that I would play anytime, um, it would be
Come
oh
on,
god.
this shouldn't be something a gamer has to think about. All gamers can say their favorite game in a heartbeat.
Well, I don't really have any favorite. I just have like a arc of fixation for a long time. Well, I could say it's good. It would be Project Zomboid.
That's fair.
Yeah,
You know,
it's It's a game still in development technically, but it's really good for its genre.
That's something I don't understand with games like that. Like Fortnite for the longest time was in beta. Like 7 Days to Die is still not officially released, and it's 10 years later. Project Zomboid's been out for a while, and it's still not officially released. Like, come on. At some point, you need to know that the game is finished.
Well, they're in beta, but still playable. Not like one game I know that it has been on development for a long time.
I mean, there's many. I named 7 Days to Die. That's been in development and still in beta for 10 years.
Shout out to Yandere Simulator.
Oh, Yandere Simulator. I forgot about Yandere Simulator.
It's a dead game. I'm telling you that it's a dead game. So
Oh, yeah.
if there's a few fans of Yandere Simulator out there, I'm sorry, but your game is dead. Developer ran with your money.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay. So here's the next one, I guess. Your most memorable gaming moment or memory. It could be a certain game that you beat that you tried forever, a game you got for like a Christmas or birthday, or a console you got for Christmas or birthday. What is, when you think of your most memorable gaming moment, what is it?
Oh, it's when I sped run God of War, Ghost of Sparta for like f- 3 hours
Jeez. I can't do speed
on
running. I like to enjoy the game.
on. I don't. I didn't even realize I was speed running it. I just I just noticed I finished the game in like under 4 hours.
Jeez.
I don't
Favorite?
even know if I can play it anymore.
You can probably find an emulator of it somewhere and probably beat it in 2 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Favorite genre of games?
Um, anything survival, to be honest. I'm really into those kind of games.
There is something about
Craft.
survival games that just like I don't know, just scratches me where I itch sometimes. It's not a genre of games I'll like go to all the time, but if I find one, I can find myself getting stuck playing it for like weeks.
I mean, like what I said, I really like Project Zomboid. The time where and when I can play it, because now I cannot. I don't know why, but I can't open it. I I, I played it like for like 6 hours straight on one sitting, just to have just to have a proper base, set myself up on it. Well, I died like a couple of times, so I have to have to
Make a new
find
character,
my
get back to the
make a new
base,
character base, find my old body because of the loot, gather materials, die again,
die again, do it all over again.
repeat. I don't know. I just love those kind of games. I just have fun with them.
No, I can see it because I know back in the heyday, even now, I can get lost in like Minecraft or Terraria for just hours.
Oh yeah, Minecraft too. Holy, I there was a time I played like Minecraft for a whole entire day.
Same. Back when it was in the heyday when it was popular, I had a group of like six people. We all lived in the same house and we all played Minecraft. We had mods and all that like Tech It, and we would just
Oh,
play from sun
I
up to
don't really,
sundown.
I don't really play modded Minecraft. I stick with vanilla. Or if I have mods, it's like vanilla mods.
Yeah, Tech It wasn't a vanilla mod. Now I just play it unmodded because I honestly I'm gonna admit something. I have never actually beat Minecraft. I've not gone to the
Uh,
Nether and explored without some sort of like teleport way to get out. I haven't gone to the end and beaten the Ender Dragon.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
All right, next time we're gonna watch Azure play Minecraft series until he beat the Ender Dragon.
Oh my god,
Noted.
that would take forever.
It would really take forever.
Yes, it would. I have
But
to.
if you're dedicated to it, if you if you like really put your head to it, you're gonna finish it on your pace, on your
Y-
kind of gameplay. You're gonna finish it at 7 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, maybe I'll make a Minecraft server. I have to see if my laptop can handle it. If not, I'm gonna have to pay for a server hosting, which I'm not against.
All right. Oh my. Nah, hopefully I can join you guys. I
That'd
but
be awesome. So out of
I'm a Bedrock player though. I'm not Java.
I don't honestly, I'll tell you this. I don't understand the differences between Bedrock and Java. I honestly don't.
Oh, oh, there's a couple of different. There are mechanics that are only present on Bedrock. There are mechanics that are only present on Java, especially the redstones.
See, I'm too stupid and smooth brain. I don't understand Redstone and how to make stuff work.
Also, this is what I like for Bedrock because Bedrock is cross-platform. You can Bedrock players can play with players that plays in consoles, players that plays on mobile, and players that play on Bedrock PC.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess at some point expect a Bedrock Minecraft server, because that seems like probably what's gonna happen now that we've talked about it and has got me an itch to play Minecraft again.
Minecraft,
How
Azure
to
SMP, Casino SMP.
Casino
I'm gonna
SMP?
make a
Hell yeah,
redstone. I'm gonna make a redstone in that SMP if I ever do. I'm gonna make like a gambling machine.
yeah. Oh man, I gotta build a casino inside there. That's gonna take forever. I'm not great at building. Uh,
You don't need a building. You need a machine.
you just need the machines. So
You just need the.
between the music of a game, the storyline of the game, and the graphics of the game and the mechanics, like combat, if there's like combat and the mechanics and how it works. Out of those four, what is your top thing you're looking for in a game?
Oh, what am I looking for again? Okay. Um, mm, Number one, gameplay. I want to I want the gameplay to not be repetitive. I want the gameplay that you can play it whatever you want it to be. It's not repetitive. It's not linear. Um, Second could be the story. I'm a big sucker for lore,
Same.
as you know, FNAF fan here. Um, Even though the gameplay is repetitive. Oh, I want a take. I hate that they rebooted it. FNAF
Yeah.
6, FNAF 6 has a great ending. Okay, it should have been there. It should have been the end. I don't. I don't like security. To be honest,
Oh, six
I
six
don't
is
like the.
the pizza simulator.
Yeah, 6 is pizza sim.
Yeah, okay. That had that whole mechanic and everything where they changed it in six and how it all goes. I think six is probably one of my favorites with just the mechanics.
Yeah, 6 is nice because it's two games in one. You have the
Yes.
core gameplay of FNAF, the vents and PC, and you have a simulator game inside.
Yep.
It's fine, it's good, but I still prefer FNAF 2, FNAF 4 over it because
I'm not getting
I just like how
I'm not getting it the FNAF 4.
I yeah you tried to play FNAF 4 and you
I
just quit.
I couldn't hear what the sounds I needed to. I thought I'd hear the sound, and sometimes it was right, sometimes it's incorrect, and it's just so loud because you have to have the volume up to hear it. I just couldn't do it anymore. It was FNAF 4 made me stop playing FNAF.
Well, to be honest, FNAF I stopped playing FNAF 4. I stopped playing FNAF when I finished FNAF 4. Then I just returned to it through Pizzeria Simulator because again I didn't play Sister Location even though I heard Mix reactions to it, mixed comments about it. Some people say it's good, some people say it's kind of bad for the game,
It,
for the series.
it's because it kind of takes away. It goes away from like how FNAF 1 through 4 worked, the mechanics and everything. It changed.
Yeah, it
And,
changed, but I think it's good to be
oh, I
honest.
still enjoyed it.
The change in gameplay is nice, but there's some. Okay, if we think about FNAF, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing is Markiplier because that's who I watch play it. But if we're not talking about content creators, I'm thinking of just Freddy Fazbear.
Okay, Freddy Fazbear. Or um, yeah, if you think about FNAF, you think about jump scares. You think about
Oh,
ambience. The
yep,
very core of the game is like how the ambience scares you if without the jump scares, right? Gives you anxiety for
yes.
some reason. But on
Sister,
Sister Location, they put that concept into play, took it off a notch, and kind of overplayed it. If you if you think about it, they kind of overplayed it. One section of the game is you just crawling in the vents, just full on. Sorry if I spoil you for Sister Location, but it's just full ambience. There's nothing happening in the vents.
yeah.
It's just there
Also, it's not a spoiler.
for
The
first time
game's been out for a couple years. Don't worry about saying a spoiler.
for you because you haven't played it,
I've,
or
I mean,
have you played it?
I haven't played it. I've watched Markiplier play all the FNAFs, so
Okay, okay. That's fine. Yeah, vents just there to for first time player to be like, "Ooh,
yeah,
something's gonna happen. Something, but no, nothing happens there. Just sound of you crawling in the vents. It's, it's not okay.
yeah. No, it was it was good
Right?
for lore implications of Sister Location, but the gameplay and
Hmm.
everything, not much in the way of jump scares happen. It just kind of fell flat on ambiance as well.
Though they have one of the best jump scares in the game. The those animatronics of opening their face, like they
Oh
have
yeah,
6 parts. Best, but good jump scares.
yeah. Looking back, yeah, I can agree it has good jump scares. That did kind of show the whole visual of being put inside a suit that 1 through 4 were trying to tell or trying to say, and now these ones open and kind of eat you in a sense.
Yeah. Speaking of horror games,
And we'll get to
now
that in a
to our
second.
topic.
I've got two more
Okay, more
questions.
questions.
Two more questions. So, because this one is one that I think nowadays has carries more weight in the fact that gamers want to be represented and seen in video games, and it's hard for me to like talk about this because I'm a white straight male and most main characters in games are white straight males. But as you're a man, but as a Filipino, are you seeing more games representing like the race as a whole,
Uh,
or do you feel like it still has some ways to go with having Filipinos be seen in video games?
okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If if my culture or my country get represented in a game, sure, heck yeah, let's go. If it doesn't, sure, why not? If it doesn't really help putting our country in the game, or it doesn't have any significance in the gameplay story or something, sure, why not? But the race, but the race thing in games, as you said, if it's like if it's if it has implication to the gaming industry or what, right?
No,
Was that
just
your question?
no, just do you feel seen in video games?
Oh, um, I could. Yeah, probably. Especially in there's like numerous Filipino represented characters and games now. For example, on Tekken 7, there's like Josie. Yeah,
I
she's
haven't
Filipino.
I
Um,
haven't played or seen the characters in the new in Tekken 7, so I don't know.
oh, the latest one is 8.
Oh, okay. I haven't played a Tekken since I think like 4 or 5.
Oh, the last Tekken I played was 6. Oh,
And I
okay,
guess I
back to what I was saying.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what was you saying?
Do you feel represented in game? Do you in games? Do you feel seen? And you said yes.
Yeah,
And I want to
yeah,
ask a follow-up question to that. Are the
mm-hmm.
Filipino characters in games that you know of, are they good representations of Filipinos? Like
Okay.
do they
Just
get
on
your culture and all that, like and how Philippines would act, I guess in a stereotypical way or something? Are they representative of that?
just on the games I know, Tekken cannot capture how Filipinos, um, especially the fighting style. They really did their research for Josie. Um, Neon from Valorant, she has Filipino voice lines which are really on point because of course they hired a Filipino to do that. So yeah, I can say that we are we are really represented on the gaming scene.
Okay. And then final question, and this is the one I kind of want to tie back to the one and ask your age. You're 23, but what do you think was the golden age of
Wait, wait, wait,
gaming?
wait, wait. Look, just like as I said, there's not enough cussing. There's
Yeah,
not enough cussing for Philippines.
yeah. Well, there's a reason for that. They can't just be teaching kids cuss words in foreign languages.
Come on,
Like, come on,
come on.
come on. But yeah, what do you think
Okay.
is what to you? What is the golden age of gaming? What era was the golden age of gaming to you?
Oh, golden age of gaming, huh?
Like I'll start I'll say what my golden age of gaming was. I'm 33. To me, the golden age of gaming was like the PlayStation 1 into the PlayStation 2 era because those games it was like the first time really that studios understood and was trying to figure out what it meant to jump from 16 and 32-bit into games that can do like 3D, like the difference between Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 7. That was the first like big console jump to where graphics really took a change and people were trying all different things with games, different stories, different aspects, different everything. To me, that was the golden age of gaming.
Hot take. I think the golden age of gaming was 2019 to 2022, 2023. I think because
That
yeah,
that's fine.
the wh-
That's your
the whole the whole world stopped on that era, and people are stuck inside. So devs, game developers, really went to work to give people, especially gamers, entertainment in their houses.
no,
They
I
are
can see.
pumping out, they are pumping out content, which are surprisingly, most of them are good. It was it was the birth of social games, uh, a bunch of multiplayer games, uh, com- a bunch of competitive big mess arena games, of Fall Guys, Among Us,
Oh yeah,
and
that is when all that started. I forget that was like 3 years ago. Holy crap!
yeah, um, yeah, those are really fun times for the gaming world because a lot of people start picking up games again just to entertain and have social interactions online because yeah, the whole world stopped.
Yeah, the whole world did stuff. Like Italy shut down. No one was able to leave their house for 2 weeks. I was like, wow, that's
Yeah,
kind of extreme, but I kind of like it.
it was a 2 week 2 week lockdown for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, that does make sense. I can see that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So as a connoisseur of like that's so deep. I called myself a connoisseur. As a fan of like indie games that I've been diving into a lot. Um, I I was so happy to see unknown developers get recognized back then, and also the amount of people getting into those games and the amount of mods that came out on simple games
Yep,
due to that time.
I will agree. Now, after you saying that yeah, I can agree. 2019 to 2022 ish was the golden age of indie games.
Yeah, it was fun times.
Yes, and now I guess segue into the actual meat of the topic, as you put it, games that sparked horror or sparked horror.
Sparks horror and mystery. So we're gonna get into some deep stuff right now.
Let's
So
dive on
all right,
in.
let's dive on in. So as the person that requested or proposed topic, I should probably be the one asking you. So if you're gonna think about horror games, what are the games that comes to your mind?
For me, I'd be remiss if I didn't say Resident Evil, and I strictly say
Mm-hmm.
that because that was like one of the first horror games I played when I was about like 12, 13, and I played it in the dark
Mm-hmm.
with a buddy of mine. And Resident Evil is the sole reason I'm scared of the dark, like hands down.
Fair, fair.
And then if I go to like now as I've gotten older, like those jump scary games, because Resident Evil kind of was with zombies popping out of windows. Now those games don't really do anything for me. They don't scare me. It's more like now like psychological horror is what really scares me. Like Visage. I played Visage on stream way back. I had to stop like 2, 3 hours in. That game just scared
Have
the
you tried have you tried playing Outlast?
No, but I have watched other people play Outlast. And
Fun game, fun
that
game.
would scare me too, because it's all just like psychological. There's not much you can do. You're just going around seeing these things happen. Like those are the games I would think of now that would spark horror for me.
Good. But if you think about horror, would you think that um uh Minecraft as a horror game? No, right? Because it's a kids game, quote
Yeah,
unquote kids game, right?
yes.
So it was funny that it was not funny. It was interesting that back in the day, I think it was 2000, what was this? 2012, 2011, that
2000, if you're talking about
some
Herobrine, the first image
yeah,
posted about it was in 2010.
2010. So it was funny and interesting that people really freaked out, including me. I was like 10 years old back then. Uh, People freaked out about that random image of a guy playing on a single player world being hunted by seemingly overpowered character in the game, right?
I can agree with that because if I was just playing in a single player game and I saw that, I would be scared. I'd be like, what
Yeah,
is
it
this?
it sparked freaking a whole freaking lore about it that people even like messaged. Notch, the creator of the game, that did he have a dead brother that is like hunting the game that he developed as Hero Vine, right?
And then he had to come out and say, "No, I don't have a dead brother."
No, yeah. He even posted it on Twitter, if I remember correctly, or
Yep.
somewhere in the internet. So yeah, it was also, if you think about horror, would you think about like Gmod
No.
or any Source game? Because there's
No.
been also an arc in YouTube where people posted like, "Oh, this is my old gameplay of Gmod, so I'm posting this online." And there's gonna be an ominous figure on the back that player didn't notice. It's a person standing in the dark. You can clearly see it on the footage, and they didn't notice it. It was an ominous thing. And
See,
yeah, you wouldn't think about the horror on those kinds of games, right?
no, Gmod, every time I see anything that's Gmod that tries to pretend to be horror, I just can't help but laugh because the characters are so goofy and how in the ragdoll physics of just the characters in Gmod. I just laugh. I can't Gmod does nothing for me in horror.
Yeah, you wouldn't think about it because yeah, Gmod is funny. Gmod has wacky physics, right?
Yes.
So how about we put a fun game, turn it to a horror, where the game is already that horrific, like very scary on an early gamer, like a kid. So now we go to myhouse.wad. I told you to have a research on this, right?
Yes, I did research a little bit. I do real I saw that it's a mod of Doom and
Hmm?
people were saying it was the best horror game of I think it came out this year and people saying it was like the best horror mod or game they were claiming that would be for this year. I wasn't able to find any
Uh,
gameplay that I liked that I wanted to watch of it, so I don't really know exactly what happens in it.
okay. For context to our viewers, can you plaster a picture of
Oh,
my house?
oh my god.
Not my house, but the game My House on this. It's a
I
picture of a white house with the word My House on the top. You can just search in Google Images.
just a White House one. Okay, there it is. Hold on. Hold on. You're right. I wasn't expecting to have to do this. Uh, window capture. Nope, that's not gonna work. It's not window capture. I wish you would have told me ahead of time that you wanted me to.
Sorry, it just popped up on the screen. Window capture.
My
There we go.
house. There it is.
Uh, I can't
Oh
see
wait,
it. It's
what?
just
It should.
it's just your
Oh, it's
window.
on the wrong display. That's why. Why is it on a freaking laptop?
We're getting docked.
Okay, that's the best you're gonna get.
All right, we can work with this.
Just,
Okay, so my house is oh, I sent you an actual picture of my house on this.
oh, did you? Okay, so that'll work.
Yeah.
Let me cancel this out. My goodness, Mixie. Right? No, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. My goodness. Add browser. V. There we go.
There we go. So
Fuck.
my house is a Doom mod that gained popularity this year, like a few months ago. I even watched some people play it back then. It was people say it's the best Doom mod that ever been created, and I would agree to them because holy fuck, it fucks with your mind. I'm sorry for the word, but it really messes you up.
What about it? Because I saw little screenshots and small little things of it, and it's like, how does it? What's the story behind it? Like, what are your? Why is it so scary? Or why does
Okay,
it scare you? I
so
guess.
so it doesn't really scares me, but it really piqued my interest on how developer made it and how well the story was. It they didn't actually tell you the story, but they kind of sprinkle a little bit of detail on the game, on the extra files they're gonna send you by just downloading the mod. It's really wacky.
I've,
Um,
s- I've seen
so
games like that actually. Okay, that's hilarious.
yeah, but this game, not like those game. I think you're talking about DDLC or something that messes up with your computer. This one doesn't do that. It just really messed up with your mind, and you're gonna think like, what is behind this mod? What is the story behind this mod? Because on face value, on the description of the mod would tell you that this mod was made by its creator to to celebrate the life, to commemorate his friend that died, who initially developed the mod. Okay,
Okay,
so we have already one death counting. So you know something is messed up if developer said, "Oh, this game was developed by my friend who is now dead." There's something fishy. You can already smell it.
yeah.
There's something in this. So you should first load up to the game. First thing you s- the first thing you will notice it's the whole level is just a house, right? It's a house with doom monsters inside. So you're gonna go in, shoot, bang bang, kill all monsters, clear the house, and you will and the next thing not the next thing, but you will notice there are some weird things happening in the background, like items that you can see, but if you walk around the house, there's nothing in there. Doors missing, windows missing, a bunch of Easter eggs to stuff that commem that connects to the developer and his deceased friend. Um, yeah,
Interesting.
you can't really you can't really finish the game on one run because there's a bunch of stuff that you can only use on your second run that is not present on your first run.
Oh, it's interesting. It's one
Your
of those
first
games.
your first run is just there to give you a false sense of security. Because the first time you play it, the fuckery is just level one.
So is each subsequent time you play the game is it still just inside the house?
Oh boy, no.
Okay, okay. So the house slowly morphs and change or whatnot. You go to do. Okay,
No,
interesting.
that's no, it doesn't change. That's the th- that's the fun thing. The house doesn't change, but every level is the house. Are you picking up what I'm putting here?
Yeah, every level's. I did ask that question, and you said no. So that's why I thought the house morphed. But every level's a house, but things keep changing.
Okay,
Interesting.
so you see how this fucks up in your mind. What I mean by every level is the house, but not all level is gonna happen in the house. Is because every every time you load up, you're gonna discover many paths. Those paths leads to different stages, and all stages, their map, their format, the whole shebang is just the same layout as the house.
Oh, I kind of see probably what it's getting at. It's a whole. The house is kind of like a thing being like trapped inside your own mind and trying to navigate it. At least that's what it sounded like to
Yeah,
me. And that would
yes, it's kind of like that. For
that
example, you're gonna get teleported to an airport, but the airport's layout is the same layout as your house.
oh
The
yeah,
whole thing is an airport. The whole thing is an airport, but the layout is the house.
that would fuck with me. That
Second, we're already on the airport, right? There's one place on the airport. There's one part on the airport where you will go inside the airplane. You will hear screaming and loud fucking wind blasting to your ears, but
oh
there's no one in the plane but you.
oh yeah,
I.e., no pilot, just you.
oh yeah. F this game already. I can already tell this would. I can already tell just by that they nailed the ambiance and the sound to make it. That would fuck with me. I would. I'd probably
Yeah,
have to stop playing
it
that
would.
game.
You know what's funny? Because the graphics is the Doom
Is
one, Doom
it's
one, Doom
classic
two
Doom? Yeah,
graphics. It's classic Doom, and you will hear screaming and loud wind blasting to your ears on that airport. But you cannot escape the airport. You can't escape the airport. The only thing you should do when you get in the plane, because there's no way you get out, is jump off.
oh my goodness. That right there.
You,
I'm
you know,
scared of
you know
heights. So
what's
if I have
fucked?
to
You know
jump out
what's
the
fucked?
plane, f that. What?
You know what's fucked? When you jump off the plane, you're gonna get teleported back into the house.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can see already why people are calling the great the probably the best horror game or mod of this year. Because
Yeah, because okay, one more thing, because there are rules in Doom, right? There are rules in Doom, the game rules, and the develop like the actual rules of the game. This mod breaks it, that gives the veteran Doom players the weird shivs. Like they would think this is not possible in that time. This is not possible in this version of Doom. How are they doing it?
it's impressive.
It's really that good. It's really also the okay. I'm already talking about the lore. The lore of this game, the story behind this game is really good. I I watched like um three YouTube videos that explains this game, and
And let me
every time and each of them tells me new things about the game that I didn't.
Matt Pat needs to do a game theory on this. Like
I think
stat.
I think he already did.
Oh, did he? Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it then. He's who I go to for any lore.
Okay, one more thing. Okay, there's a level in this game that messes up with your height. You go through one door, you're small. You go through another door, and you become huge. And there's a dog in that fucking level.
Uh-oh, no. Does the dog
That
die?
dog, that dog, when you are big, very cute. The dog is like German Shepherd brown dog that follows you around. Really cute, really loyal. But if you enter that room when you are small, the fucking dog turns into a Cerberus kind of shit.
Hey, I'm just glad to know the dog doesn't die.
Oh, buddy, if you If you enter the room as small the first time and you see the server shit, you're gonna shoot that thing. That thing has 69 6k HP, 60k HP, and your fight or flight instincts are gonna kick in and you're
Kick it.
gonna start blasting that shit.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
And you know what's fucked up? You'll see the body of the Cerberus, right? You can go out of the room. And if you enter back in the room as the big one, you're gonna see that the same dog, the German Shepherd, dead.
Oh, jeez. Nope.
So you killed the dog.
Man. Yeah, I. This is a big mind fuck kind of game, and that's a game that would give me the
Oh, did
heebie-jeebies.
I mention that the whole room was the layout of the house again?
Yeah, that's like. Yeah, I think you said that earlier. I think.
And oh, did I mention that the room I said that the layout is the same as the house is a liminal space, a backroom esque place.
Oh, nice. Bring it in the back rooms. Oh, always a winner.
Always a winner if there's a backroom. Holy fuck! This game messes up with your mind. And if you want, there's a multiple endings. Each endings differs from the others. Like a whole a whole 360, a whole 180. It's like, oh, here's a cake. Uh-oh, it's made out of flesh. No, the flesh cake is just my metaphor for it. You you
Oh, okay.
you would not expect the ending.
Oh, I guess now you have piqued my interest, and I'm gonna have to probably download it and play it and get it all working. Now I'm
Oh, play it
curious.
on stream. I wanna see you lose your mind, buddy. I
I
wanna see
probably
you. I wanna see you get fucked around by this game.
I will. I'll play it on stream. I just gotta because I looked up how to do it and it was like very specific. You've gotta get Doom, and then you've gotta get this, and then you've gotta move both these over to here, and it's like, oh my god, there's too many steps to
Oh, did I
this.
mention that this mod is like three times or twice as big as the original Doom?
I'm not surprised because the original Doom is like 1 megabyte, so I'm not surprised
Yeah,
that
this is bigger, and the reason why is it it contains unlockable pictures on the files. There
okay.
are certain parts of the game that you will unlock, like Easter eggs and fucking clues on what the story is. With that
Oh,
being said, I think I have to mention the journal entries. There are journal entries in this that supposed to be made by the creator and the one that released the game, quote unquote. And every journal entry um will make you think that this the story happening in the game happened in real life,
oh,
because
that
it's something really fascinating and how they made this. The writing on this game, even though it's a mod for an old game, is superb. It's really good.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely have to play it. Okay. Well, we have a little bit of time left. I wanna
The
ask you, do you have any hot takes about video games?
hot takes about video games. I
Anything that
have
would
I have
go
I
ahead?
have one. Sport games are shit, and you shouldn't really buy them if there's nothing new with them. It's just roster changes every year. Especially FIFA. Guys, you're giving them money for virtual cards.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I
It's
don't know.
just NFT.
I don't know. Maybe in the sports community that play sports games might find that a hot take, but I think for a lot of people that's not much of a hot take. But I agree with you. Why come out with a new sports game every year? Because it's just new rosters. And if there's roster changes throughout the year while the game is active, they do updates to change the roster. Why spend another
Yeah,
60
just
bucks for
just
a
make
game?
just make an update.
Yeah.
Heck, DLCs exist.
Yes.
Why make a new game if there's nothing new?
That is. I totally agree with you. Yeah. They added remove features, but still, it's not enough
Okay,
to.
okay. WWE has a pass. They really added takeaway features, but some of the old games that they release has not is didn't end well, or is not really on the level of the games they release now, story wise. And yeah, there's stories in a sports game. Who could have thought? Um, Also gameplay. It's more beginner friendly now.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stopped playing Madden because I used to play Madden all the time, but then it's like this is just the same game. I don't have to buy a new one. Why did they come out with a new one?
If there's no new gameplay mechanic, if there's no new feature, why make a new one?
Or at least just charge $30 instead of a full price for a game.
Yeah,
It's
give people discounts who own the fucking old games.
yeah. If you bought it through the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store, give a discount for the next year's game. Yeah, that would do. AW.
AEW. Yeah, that game is so wacky.
But that's probably what makes it
Dude,
great.
no, it's okay. There's no entrances.
Okay,
Why would you make a wrestling game without no entrances?
that's okay. That's
All you can all you can do on that game was press buttons to trigger pyro on the entrances. It's not even a full entrance. They just walk in the ramp. There's no ring motion.
okay. That's uncalled for. It's wrestling. The entrances are iconic. You need those.
Yeah, it's a wrestling game for fuck's sake.
Exactly. There are certain features in Fight for.
Like what? Sorry, give me one good feature in that game that
Give
should
me
be on
one.
2K.
We see how what Mixie thinks about AWFF.
They they put a rhythm game in the game.
That's awesome.
If you want to see Roman Reigns dancing, import him and fight forever.
Come on, Osiris, we're waiting.
By the
What
way,
features? There's
by
a
the way,
lot.
I'm
I
gonna
want.
watch this stream, this VOD later, and gonna listen to my freaking voice again, just to check if I sound good.
Yeah, you're coming through good. No issues. There's a lot. I want to grab weapons from the audience. I want to jump from ladder to ladder.
Oh, buddy,
That okay.
that's fine, but you should know that um old WWE games have that. Like Raw versus SmackDown, you can do that.
I guess since
You
we'll
can
talk.
also make custom finishers on those things. Raw
Oh,
versus
nice.
SmackDown 2010. Oh my god, that's my jam.
And I guess since we're talking
Um,
to chat right now, I'll also open up to any questions from chat as well. Since we got your hot take on sports, which I fully agree with.
yeah, 2K would remove that feature because they're not the same developer as that game. The game's Raw vs SmackDown was developed by the same developer of AEW Fight Forever. So yeah, they would plagiarize their own work to that game, of course.
I mean,
But
I
I
would.
still 2K, if you're listening, if you're watching, please put back custom finishers. Please, I want to do my fake choke slam to a tombstone again.
Game adaptations then. Game adaptations. Like
Like
game
movies to games
yeah,
or games to movies
yes, is that what you're talking about?
or anything pop culture to gaming.
Movies and games and vice versa. I would say most of the time, I can't say I found a good game that was made into a movie. I need to watch the new Mario movie because I've heard that got good reviews. But a lot of the times, if a game gets made into a movie or a movie gets turned into a game, it's usually not all that great, in my opinion.
Movies, games to movies or movies and games in general has very bad relationships together. There are bunch of shitty games that came out of a movie. There are a bunch of shitty movie that came out of the game, i.e. Resident Evil.
See,
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna.
say the movies are shit, but they really bump it out nudge and really separated the movie from the game after after three, if I remember correctly.
Uh,
Um,
I will say I have a little hot take on that. The first Resident Evil live action movie, I think, was great.
yeah, that's the bad thing. There are like what, 7 or 8 of them now, and the
Yeah,
first one is the best.
there's a couple live action, and then I've watched a couple of. No, I've only watched one of the CGI movies, and the one I watched was good. So
And
I think this
the Resident Evil one was the best of the franchise. Oh, don't. Oh, speaking of Resident Evil, don't get me started on the Netflix one. The Netflix one was, uh, if if the Netflix one was a separate movie, if it's just a zombie movie on its own, it's good. If but
was it was it
they really forced
CGI
Resident
or
Evil.
live action?
It was live action with a sprinkle of CGIs. Because of course the monsters should be CGIs.
Oh, I haven't watched this Infinite Darkness. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I didn't even know there was
It's
that.
it's it's good as a zombie movie, but because
Was it?
they force Resident Evil Easter eggs on it. They force stuff. Oh, they also push it to be like, oh, this can happen in real life by putting Billie Eilish and Elon Musk references in the fucking series.
That's awesome. I do like the fact they brought back I think her name is Mila Djokovic or whatnot as Jill. Because I think she did a really good job playing Jill in the first
Oh
couple
yeah,
movies.
she did. She did. You, you know what's funny? Because on the second Resident Evil movie, they were I was it the first one or the second one? I think they were thinking of switching the main character,
Well,
or
because
at least the actress that plays the main character, as I think it was Scarlett Johansson.
because she was getting big at that time, so they wanted to capitalize on it. That makes sense. If they did
It
go
was
through
funny.
with it, but nah, Mila portrays Jill pretty well. I think everyone would have been up in arms if they did change it.
Yeah.
But I will say, watch the CGI movies. They're actually pretty good for a game into a movie.
I'll give it a watch. Also, um, what was it? They changed Albert Wesker in the Netflix one.
Well,
They
then I
made they made him they made him a scient they made him a scientist, not a badass guy.
well, I mean, Wesker was originally a scientist, but he just became a badass scientist because he's the head of
They
Umbrella, and
the
he
Netflix one made Albert Wesker a cheap copy of Blade.
that's sad. Albert Wesker was such a badass. He's not no cheap copy of Blade. Okay, I'm not watching the Netflix one. Screw that. Um, if
Yeah.
there are any other questions.
Also, other games to movies. The FNAF one has mixed reviews because uh the fans love it. The people who watch it that are not fans of the series doesn't like it
Well, I'm not surprised by that.
because they just want to see a guy fight the animatronics for 2 hours straight.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if other games to movies or movies to games. I just can't think of any right now off the top of my head.
Uh, this is not games this but either a series to games. The first Dragon Ball movie that that
Okay,
is
okay. Here's the thing.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Here's the
Holy fuck! Don't
holy.
that
Here's the thing, and I'll probably get some shit for saying what I'm about to say. I actually enjoyed that movie.
dude. If you enjoyed that movie, at least say that enjoyed that movie when you were like young.
No, I was in my mid 20s.
Jesus Christ,
I
that
enjoyed
movie
that
was
movie.
that was that I okay. Here's the thing. I like that movie when I was like what 12. I watched that movie and I was like, oh cool, Goku. But
Yeah,
when I get older and I know Dragon Ball much better, and I rewatch that movie, I was like, bro, this movie is shit.
yeah, because it came out in 2009, and I didn't watch it when it came out because was I was 20, I was 19, and didn't really go to movies. But then a couple years later, I saw the DVD in like Walmart or something, so I bought it and watched it. And I was like, that was actually enjoyable. I actually like that.
The movie was shit. It's so it's so dumb.
I don't
They
care.
made Goku a high school student. They made Goku a high school student.
I enjoyed it.
They they made it a teen drama.
I enjoyed it. I don't know what else to say. I enjoyed it. It was great.
Why? Why did they make Goku?
I
I'm
mean,
so pissed.
we never saw Goku in his teenage years, so they're like, oh, we'll go with that.
Goku didn't go to school. It's actually said in the fucking manga and anime.
Yeah, okay. I mean, just because he went to school in the movie doesn't mean he actually learned anything. Goku was still stupid.
It was just so funny to see him like carry a bag and fucking fucking do do normal normal stuff
Yeah, no.
on that.
That movie was great. You guys are all wrong.
Okay.
You guys are wrong.
Next thing you would say the live action Avatar was great.
Did I watch live action Avatar? I'm trying to think. I have vague memories of watching it. I
Oh yeah, he did.
well, I mean
He did.
that's not in the way that they did it in the movie, but it was kind of accurate to how he got Chi Chi.
On the anime, Chi-Chi and Goku met on the original Dragon Ball. Chi-Chi fell in love with Goku because he's strong, but he wasn't trying to impress Chi-Chi.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. Like they didn't do it exactly the
Also,
same.
they
He wasn't.
met when Goku was like 8.
Yeah, but then I think canon wise, I think it's been a while since I've watched the original Dragon Ball and all that. They met when they were younger, but then there was a stretch of period where they didn't run into each other, and then they ran back
Yes,
into each other at a martial arts tournament.
yes, and they fought each other. Goku won,
Oh yeah,
and there was no reason.
I
Also,
mean
I hate how they depicted Kamehameha in the movie.
no, because I never watched the Final Fantasy Spirit Within because it's not a Final Fantasy
No,
movie. because
No, no,
I
I didn't
saw
watch it.
I saw like clips of it and everything's like this isn't Final Fantasy. You took the name and IP of one of my favorite game series and you put it on this trash.
That's
Oh,
that's my
what?
same opinion on the Netflix Resident Evil one.
Why didn't I
Again,
think?
it's a good movie on its own. It's a good series on its own. They just plastered it as Resident Evil.
Why didn't I think of that? The Final Fantasy Advent Children was a great movie.
Hmm.
If you haven't seen it, watch it
I'll try. I'll
because
try.
with some of the things I'm seeing in that I saw in the remake, the part 1 remake, and where they're going, they're gonna pull stuff from the Advent Children into the rest of the game. What do you mean you don't like the Barrett change though? Barrett in Advent Children was awesome. And in remake he's
I
awesome.
cannot in I cannot input anything in here because I haven't watched it. I'm gonna try to watch it.
Well, oh yeah, if you haven't seen Advent Children, I'd highly watch it. If you don't know anything about remake, once I get through with 6, I'll probably start playing the remake because I don't know when Rebirth is coming out. I think it's first quarter of next year, and I want to replay the remake
Remake of what?
Final Fantasy 7
Oh, okay, okay.
because I want to play that again before uh
Oh wait, FF7 remake. They undeath Zack, right?
yes.
Oh my god, I don't like that ending.
No, I do.
I don't like that ending because if if they undeath Zack, the the whole point of Cloud's adventure or Cloud's journey is down to the trash.
Actually, turn based. High hands down. Turn based. I'm old school. Turn based is what I grew up on. I wish Final Fantasy went back to turn based.
I'll say action RPG.
Fuck, a lot of my homies love Zack. So on the reason to why everything makes sense, I'm gonna go through this quickly
Um,
so
I'm
that
a Monster
this
Hunter player. Of course, I'm going with action
yeah.
RPG.
But the reason why them bringing back Zack makes sense. It ties in the stuff that's happening in Final Fantasy 14
Hmm.
with the story there, and it also has to go back to whether Dissidia is canon or not. Because the whole story of Dissidia, the first fighting game for Final Fantasy, was the heroes have to go beat Chaos to stop the stories of each of the Final Fantasy games from repeating. In 14, you fight Chaos, which Chaos was the boss, the final boss of Dissidia. So in 14, you beat Chaos, which stops the repeating. So now that we've beaten Chaos, the story in 7 isn't going to go exactly how it's supposed to go. That's why everything's changing and there's all these new things.
Yeah, here's the thing. They killed Chaos, and the game stopped repeating. So why revive Zack?
Because that was all part of Chaos, or as now in 14, the Asians were controlling Chaos, and that was all part of the plan to have the world go uh to be able to get to a certain point so they can merge the worlds back together because that's the whole thing of 14. The world was split into 14 different worlds, the main world,
Wait,
and the
wait, wait.
Asians were
Was what 14 again? Who's the MC on 14 again?
it's the MMO.
Oh, it's the MMO.
Yes. So you are the main character.
Oh, it's the MMO.
Yes.
Of course, it's got to be the MMO.
Yes. So that's why it makes sense why Zack's back. Because they've stopped the uh previous actions from taking place and how the Asians or Chaos wanted it to happen, and now we're being told a whole new story.
I have a funny thought came to my mind. You know why they stopped Chaos?
Why?
Because the developers doesn't want to remake all the games.
I mean, they're talking about remaking, not actually not talked about. It has been, I think, all but
All the
confirmed.
all the games
9 is being
from
remade.
1 to 13,
Not
from
all of
one
them,
to 13.
because
See, that's why they defeated Chaos. They doesn't want to repeat all the games.
well, technically they have to repeat. Was I think in 14, 7 or 8 of the worlds have already merged, so they have to remake 7 of the games technically.
Hey, hey Osiris, I know you love Zack, but me, Gungaga.
Okay, before this episode gets too long, I'm gonna cut it there. That was a good discussion. Thanks for joining me, Mixie. This was
Eh,
fun.
thank thank you, and I hope you enjoy the mind fuckery that is my house. Then
No,
the time you're gonna play it.
no, that was great. It makes me want to play the game. So, and then probably freak the fuck out.
It's such a mind fuckery. We can after you play the game, we can also watch like people documenting the game stuff, so you can learn more about it.
That's probably what I'll do. But yeah, thanks for everyone for joining us. That was Press Start, the first guest episode. Hopefully, I know
Yay!
there's at least one other to come. Hopefully, there'll be a lot more in store in the future because having a guest on here makes it much easier to talk about stuff instead of just me by myself. But
Yeah,
join next week.
please invite me again. I wanna roast people here.
I want to roast people here, but join.
I'm Chef Mixie, and today I'm gonna roast your ass.
But join us next week as next Sunday at probably around the same time or around it. We'll have another special guest joining us and with a whole new topic and everything. Yep. Thanks for joining. Have a good night, everybody.